Welcome to Retirement Done Right with your hosts, David Rath and Pat Kalish, where we talk about retirement, Social Security, taxes, estate planning, wealth planning, and more. Now, on to the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Retirement Done Right. This is Pat Kalish here. And today I have a super powerful strategy that I want to unpack. And I'm talking about this today because I'm getting a lot of questions from people that we work with in regards to 529 to Roth IRA conversions. So let's unpack it. I think one of the biggest fears that people have when they're saving for their, children or their grandchildren's education is, what if the money's not used? Right? What if my kid doesn't go to college? What if they don't get a scholarship? Or what if they do get a scholarship? Or what if I overfund, this account? Well, under the Secure 2.0 Act, beneficiaries can now roll unused 529 funds into a Roth IRA. So instead of worrying about trapped college savings, families now have some flexibility, right? College funding when needed, which for most of the time it is, but retirement funding if not. So let's talk about some of the core rules. There's 5 of them we're going to unpack. First off, the 529 must be open for 15 years. There's a lifetime rollover amount to do these conversions from a 529 to a Roth. That's $35,000. You can't do more than $35,000 of 529 to Roth conversions. Annual Roth conversions or annual Roth limits still apply. Right? So for 2026, right, if you're under the age of 50, you can only put up to $7,500 into a Roth. So if you're looking to do these conversions from a 529 to a Roth IRA, you can only do $7,500 per year. The other kicker here is that the beneficiary needs to have earned income, meaning they need to have like a salary or a W-2 income, right, in accordance with the $7,500 contribution. No recent contributions can be converted within the past 5 years. So contributions made in the last 5 years and their earnings cannot be rolled over to a Roth IRA. And it must go to the beneficiary on the 529 account. Meaning if the beneficiary of the 529 account was Jimmy, it has to go into Jimmy's Roth IRA. So I kind of want you to think about this as gradually converting unused education money into retirement savings. So why is this huge, right? I think there's a couple core reasons about why this is so impactful. First off, it removes some of the fears around overfunding because now you have a vehicle that can be used for education savings, but it can also be used to kickstart their retirement. It jumpstarts this child's retirement decades early. So let's just think about it this way. $35,000, right? With an annual growth rate of 7%, invested over 30 years, is north of $250,000. Oh, and did I mention it's in a Roth? So distributions, if qualified, come out tax-free. Massive benefit for somebody that's just starting in the workforce. It's also, I think, a very flexible planning strategy. You could fund college. You can fund their long-term retirement. You can teach them the importance of long-term good behavior. So I think there's a lot of avenues of why you can use this strategy. Couple things though, I just want to clarify, keep this in mind, right? $35,000 cap in terms of these conversions from 529s to Roth IRAs. The beneficiary that you're converting the 529, that you're converting the money into, has to have earned income. That's going to match the conversion. Remember about that 15-year waiting period, and the IRS guidance is really still evolving. Let me hit you with one more tangent here. Anybody can open a 529 account. So for my long-term minded accumulators out there, chew on this. What if you right, opened a 529 account in your name. So I, Pat Kalish, opened up a 529 account with me as the beneficiary. I fund it with, say, $10,000 in year one. I live in New York, so I could get a New York State tax deduction. I allow that $10,000 to grow over those 15 years at, let's just say, an annual 7% growth rate. I end those 15 years with $30,000 within my 529 account. Well, I'm the beneficiary of that account. So then I could take that $30,000, right, and roll that into my Roth IRA, pending all of the core rules that I just kept in mind. So I'm essentially pre-funding my Roth IRA contributions in a college savings account. Here's the other kicker. There's no income phase outs in regards to this conversion. So even if your income was above the phase out where you cannot make a Roth IRA contribution, you could still use this strategy to fund your Roth IRA. Now I know you have to be a long-term thinker here because that account has to be open for 15 years. But for those, right, that have some additional cash flow, that are looking to really kind of propel their long-term retirement savings, and that may, right, be above the phase outs to be able to in the future make Roth IRA contributions, this strategy sounds pretty good to me. I think the real takeaway here that I'm trying to make clear is flexibility. Right? This new rule, right, takes the fear out of, like, what if we don't use this account? Right? Now, a 529 account can fund education. It can launch retirement savings and create long-term wealth, all in a very tax-efficient way. So I urge you to take a look at this strategy. If you're funding a 529 account for children or grandchildren, think about the benefits to maybe utilizing a portion of these assets to fund their long-term retirement goals if you have money left over. And then for younger accumulators out there that are looking to propel kind of their own retirement savings, take a look at maybe utilizing this strategy for yourself, right? To pre-plan and pre-fund your own Roth IRA contributions. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, or comment if you found this video helpful. If you have any additional topics that you want me to unpack, throw a comment. I'd be happy to do it. Take care.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Retirement Done Right. To learn more, visit us at contwealth.com.